2nd and 8. Breeze now to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 73 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who could also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the Saints pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we go, Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
He may try and run for, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Sammy! Hey, look, 48. Hey, Alpha! 48 right now, let's go.
On first down, Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready. Yellow lady. 11.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It's caught. Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Looks good on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Shifts by him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
And an alley to run. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the problem.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 40.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw on second down. Breeze flushed out right. And Thomas has it. Thomas barreling ahead. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And now he'll tuck it and run. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 48 yards. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Saints 21.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 76 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 55 yards, as they have taken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. That's to his running back, complete. This in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have now moved out in front. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Now, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. He can run for it, and he will. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Good play. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. 25 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
It really has, especially as of late. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, you don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Yo. Switch.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Matt Judon in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Ken, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw, and brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
5-9. Watch the run.
Kamara trying again, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with 9 seconds remaining, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Lutz good on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or Or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts.